Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 25 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Byzantines. And the last episode, it ended quite interestingly because the Mongol Khan was killed in a battle in Georgia against moi. And that ended the Mongol reign. The rebels are still left, obviously in a major force. It's going to be interesting to see how aggressive they are going to be. They have the strength to attack me again, or will they continue to attack the Russians, which they currently do have ongoing sieges against here in Volga, Bulgaria, and I think they have an ongoing siege here in Volhynia against the Poles as well. So maybe they'll continue their aggression in this direction, or will they attack me again? I don't know. You know, I could be in for another battle. It's going to be interesting to find out once I press end turn here, and I'll find out. So it's interesting because I kind of planned going into this to be in for the long haul against the Mongols. And now I'm kind of switching directions on considering what I will be doing with the future of this campaign, the near future, you know. I had so much spent, obviously, like, look at this. I had so many resources spent preparing for the Mongols that I, hadn't really considered what was going to come next. I'm in a position now where the Germans do have a crusade at my border. However, it's probably going to be ineffectual as the last crusades have been. They just simply will not attack me because I'm strong enough on my western border to resist their attacks. Now, I could follow my pattern of raiding their provinces and destroying their chapter houses to eliminate or decrease the influence on the German emperor, and therefore try to cause another civil war amongst their faction. That is the route that I was considering. I obviously have the forces for it, and what else would I be doing with these guys other than doing that, right? However, there is something to consider, which is that the French are starting to gain some power again in the West. They seem to be ready to start taking over the English islands again. They are slowly taking over Wales, for instance, and I imagine they could be attacking Mercia at some point. Mercia is rather weak. It's mostly artillery pieces here in Mercia. And the Danes just have not made any moves here in Northumbria. Gosh, the Danes just have Denmark and Northumbria. That's it. They don't even have any freaking boats up here. They have a boat down here. That's what they have. So that's done. Okay. So the French looks like they could be becoming powerful. And if that's the case, I don't really want to be weakening the Germans too much. That might seem counterintuitive because they're at war with me and they have a crusade at my border. But this is the part of the campaign where playing the Glorious Achievements mode, I do want to maintain that power balance throughout the rest of the map as well as I can, sort of playing the political game a little bit. Even though there's not much of a political mechanics put into this game, there still is, ways that you can sort of interfere and influence the other parties on the map. And this is one of those instances where it might be better to keep an enemy alive, instead of destroying them, just because they can keep the French honest. As long as the Germans are around and relatively strong, they can keep the French honest and kind of keep the French in their lane a little bit. Now, what can happen is if the French do declare a crusade on me, then all bets are off. I can send a raiding party into German territory and French territory at the same time and destroy all of their chapter houses, try to cause civil wars amongst both factions as I did before, and then try to get ceasefires with both factions so that I could go back to trading with them again. That can totally happen, absolutely. But for the time being, I don't feel like just picking on just the Germans as long as the French are behaving themselves, because they could be getting too strong, right? The fact that they were able to defeat the rebels in Normandy as well, yeah, Normandy, yeah, they're taking some territory back for sure. Like they're coming back, right? And I want the Germans to kind of check them. Same with the Spanish. I want the Spanish to be able to check the French as well. So that's going to be the idea there. I can move my boats back into the English Channel because, again, I'm back to trading with the rebels now. I'm back to trading with them, and that feels really good. Let's see, you guys, and you can move up. You can probably, yeah, that's fine. So once we destroy this German boat here in the English Channel, we can go back to trading with, 1, 2, 3 ports. And then we can trade with the rebels as well up here in Scotland and the Norwegian Sea and Sweden and even the Russians here in the Baltic as well, and the Poles. So, and the Danes, yeah, everyone. So that's going to be really good for us because currently we are losing 3,000 florins per turn. But getting those ports back is going to be nice. Even without the German ports, I think it's insignificant. The argument could be made to do what I did before. Raid them, cause a civil war, and try to get that ceasefire with them again. But I think that it's more important at this point to maintain parity between the factions than it is to destroy the Germans just so I could trade with them, or knock them down a notch just so I can trade with them. I don't think that's really important because I will be making that money back once I can trade with these ports. So I think that is fine. Also, with that being said, it's tempting to disband some armies, again, because I don't know how aggressive these rebels are going to be. However, I don't want to invite an attack by these rebels. So I'm going to hang on to some armies for now, for sure, just to keep these rebels in their lane, see what they want to do, see if they want to be aggressive at all, see if they want to attack the Russians, or will the Russians be going on the offense and attacking these provinces to, gain them back. We will see. That's going to be a big question going forward is what's going to happen up here. So I'm not going to be doing anything too preemptive, right? I'm going to be hanging on my forces. I will be retraining my damaged units. But at this point in the campaign, I don't really have much to build. I don't really have... Well, I don't want to train more soldiers because I just don't want to keep increasing my upkeep costs. So there's that. So it's gonna kind of look like I'm not doing much, is what I'm trying to say. From the outside looking in, it's gonna look like I'm not doing much. I'm going to attend to my affairs and probably go through some turns rather quickly, unless there is an attack, obviously. This could be a big attack, and then this episode is only going to last for one turn, right? But if not, then this might be one of those episodes where I actually do get through a handful of turns, which is always nice as well. I will say, for someone that is playing these long, Glorious Achievements campaigns, these episodes where I get to sort of go through a good chunk of turns in a row without spending too much time on them can be very nice. It can be very healthy to do. With that being said, I do still spend a lot of time on the administrative side of things. Even if it doesn't look like I'm really doing much, I just will really check and then double check things. And that is why so much of this stuff gets edited out. Unfortunately, I can't have these talks and these conversations with y'all while at the same time doing things. I'm really bad at multitasking like that. Like this whole time I could have been doing things, but I can't do that. I know other YouTube channels will just like go about their business doing things while they talk, and I can't do that. I can talk or I can do things. It's one or the other. For some reason in battles I can talk. I can narrate a battle, but I can't narrate me doing the campaign side of things. It's really, I realized that after years of doing this, I'm like, oh yeah, I literally will just talk well, you guys have to stare at a map while I do nothing. So I apologize for that, but I can't. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't talk while also looking at things. And, you know, like I don't know. Sorry. So that's why so much of this gets edited out when I'm doing the campaign side of stuff. But obviously when, like, and you know this, I know if you're watching these, you know this, but when something happens, I will start talking again. You know, if there's an event, you know, or something that's worth bringing up, obviously I will bring it up. You know, I will do my best to fill you in, to keep the narrative going. It's important to, if you're watching this, to have a certain, a story. You know, there needs to be a story. You have to be able to follow the campaign. That's important to me. So if you ever do feel like I'm skipping over too many things, do let me know and I'll see what I can do to fill in the gaps for you a little bit better. But I still do have to skip through a lot of turns at a time for certain episodes. That just has to happen. So there is a certain reality there to that, but in any case, that's that. As I said, there's not going to be a whole... I will retrain some damaged soldiers here in Georgia. I currently cannot... I think I've reached my technological peak for my boat infrastructure until the gunpowder event happens. I don't think there's any point in building fortresses right now in these island provinces, because I think I'm waiting so that I can build... You need the gunpowder event so that you can start building... It's weird. Like, you need the gunpowder event before you can start building the next boat stuff, I think. I should probably double check that. Yeah, so I did just double check that. It does require the gunpowder event, and that is going to happen in the year 1260. And then I can build a cannon foundry, and then that's going to allow me to build the shipbuilders guild, and then I can start building war galleys, which is going to be my upgraded version of the fire galley. So for the time being, I suppose, do I even need more boats? No, let's take a little break from that. Varangian guards. I'll keep training just the guys that are still left in the queue, just because once the high period is over, I can no longer train Varangian guards. I have so many of them, though. I should have enough forever. Hopefully. As far as everything else goes, though, I don't really think... There's nothing left to build here in Syria. I can train 5 Valor Assassins, which is pretty insane. And I was trying to see if I could use religion to destabilize Switzerland. I can keep attempting this. See how this goes. It's getting a little crowded in here. Yeah, Orthodoxy is up to 41%. Catholicism is up to 59%, or down to 59%. I can't remember when this Swiss faction becomes a thing. Same with the Burgundians. I should probably remember that at some point. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting event. And that's another reason why I don't really want to destabilize the Germans right now, is because it's going to happen eventually. Like, I'm not worried about the Germans. My experience in this game tells me to not worry about the Germans. They never really become that late game power because the French are typically strong, but also because they typically have these internal factions that just come out, you know, and cause some issues. So yeah, like, they're going to just kind of let them be and let them be a buffer for France as long as they can. And the thing is that they can't even declare other crusades until this one's done. So sure, this one's going to take forever, just slowly dying on my border. It currently has 2,400 men, so I can keep an eye on that and see if it starts to decline. It probably will, because I feel like it has been here for at least a turn or two, maybe. And yeah, it takes forever, you know, for crusades to go away. So that's just going to be there forever. And once it goes away, as long as, again, if the French do declare a crusade on me, we can change our tactics and just go full Rambo on them and raid both the Germans and the French. But until then, like, I can just let this hang out. if this crusade goes away just naturally by itself, then I can try to get that ceasefire with the Germans and go back to trading with their four port provinces. But until then, let's just get trade back with these northern ports and yeah, chill out, you know, see where this campaign takes us. With the oceans clear of German boats and with my fleets now occupying the northern sea regions, I am now back up to making almost 10 grand. And that is including a war with the Germans, right? Where there is those 4 ports that I'm not trading with. Making 10 grand, that feels pretty good. You know, and I got back down to 128,000 florins. In the meanwhile, I was losing quite a bit of money. So this is a breath of fresh air. That feels pretty good. Also, in the meantime, I was checking my farm income and I realized that that is something that I do tend to neglect, actually. I typically spend so much energy and focus on building my trade up in my fleets and also getting my armies going, my soldiers and all that, that I can tend to sometimes forget to upgrade my farm income. So that is something that I went around and I checked to see which provinces deserved some of that, and that ended up being a lot of provinces. A lot of provinces could have at least used one upgrade for my farming. So I will be getting another boost to my income from farming in another turn, and then I also was able to finish building the master merchant here in Naples, which also helps out with some trade income from there. Naples is now making over the 4,000. That's pretty good. Awesome. That feels really good. That feels really nice to have my income fixed up, at least for the time being. And that's with this enormous ass army sitting here in Georgia, right? So in the meanwhile, the Russians have taken back Volga, Bulgaria, and I believe the Poles did take back Volhynia as well. So that's been the developments. Now this is going to be tough to crack. The rebel forces here in Kiev and Khazar, I kind of doubt that this will ever be taken. Unless it's by me, which, no thank you. I don't see any point or reason to do that. Because, yeah, as I was mentioning, I'm trading with the rebels. So why attack them? Why go to war with the rebels? I worked so hard to get here. So, yeah, let's see. The German Crusade had initially gained more men, just because the zeal in Hungary is up to 76%. But now it is going back down. So I know this is where we left it last time I checked in with y'all, but it was up to 2,400, so it's on its way down now. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can keep track. It's the year 1240 now, and how long is it gonna take for a crusade with 2,100 men to dissipate? I'd like to know, just for purposes. In the meanwhile, yeah, nothing really happened. The French are still. The French lost Wales, actually. The rebels counterattacked and kicked the French out of Wales, which is funny. Because it doesn't matter to me either way. Actually, no, wait. The rebels destroyed the port. No, it does matter now. God damn it. Rebels. Yeah, they destroyed the port. There was a port here, right? I think there was, yeah. Well. I'm doing well money-wise, so that's gonna be fine. In any case, just checking in with y'all on what is happening. It's going to be 10 years before the glorious achievements points are counted again. I believe, right, the year 1250, and I will be gaining 17 points. So that's pretty good, but yeah, trust me, that's going to go down. At least by the late period. I think by then the Byzantines are barely going to be making anything. And that's why it's going to be so important for me in the meanwhile. If you're wondering, like, why is it so important for me to build this huge treasury? It's because it is going to get to a point where I do have to really, reach out with my military might and destroy other forces or go to war with other factions just to keep them from gaining a bunch of points on me. And when that happens, of course, I'm not going to be able to trade with them. So that's why it's important to me to just get a fat treasury. So that when that time comes, I can survive that blow and I can just hang on, despite the fact that I'm making less money, I will be able to maintain my points lead just by being able to destroy other factions. Oh no, who is attacking me? Someone's attacking me now. Is it the French or the Spanish? My bets are on the French. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the French might have declared war against me. Let's see, we have a new pope, and I had an assassin that was hanging out in Brittany. Okay, I must have lost track of him. Sorry, dude. And improved farmland. Okay, so these things have been completed, so I should have a good chunk of money from that. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, okay. So the French declared a crusade. Okay. I kind of was expecting this, right? In the meanwhile, let's see, Emperor Manuel I is now a magnificent builder, so +2 loyalty to all generals and +10 happiness in all provinces. Anything else? Lord Ducas, you are also a great builder. Okay. Prince Michael, honorable warrior. +1 morale, -1 dread. Okie dokie, nice. Alright, so we have a French crusade, and this is headed towards Tripoli, okay? Alright, yeah, well, that thing that I was talking about, that sending that double raiding party against the Germans and the French, is not, it's happened. Yeah, here we are. Just as I had my income fixed. Like, literally for one turn, you know? Goddamn. Oh, well. Let's go in here and let's sink these bastards. So let's catch them with our Dromons. And then hit them with our heavier ships. And any more French boats? Yes. Ooh, okay. There's a 3-stack here. And our 3-stack. Ooh, can we win this? I don't know if we can win this. 1, 3. Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. I have a 1-star admiral. They have a 1-star admiral. I don't know about that one. And then we have to worry about this boat as well. Let's see. 0-star. So let's see about winning that fight. And then 1 boat versus my 2 boats. We should win this one. I think for this fight, I would like to outnumber them, at least. Let's send... Here we go. I have a fire galley available, so let's send you up. And also, do I have another fire galley? Yes, I do. Let's send you up here. All right. Any more French boats that I need to fight? Okay, that's looking... It's looking good. Let me just double check things here. Yeah, so that's going to be the big money. The money sink right here is clearing out the Straits of Gibraltar is going to be very, very vital. And yeah, these other provinces as well. They just happen to be blockading like the ones that I really need. All right, yeah, okay. So it's coming from Lorraine. So this is the chapter house. Wait, is it not here? Is it not in Lorraine? Ooh, it's not in Lorraine. Okay. So is it coming from Champagne? I'm not seeing a chapter house here as well. Flanders then. They do have a chapter house in Flanders. And they do not have one in Ile-de-France. Okay, so it would have to be coming from Flanders, right? Yeah, that's the only one I'm seeing, actually. Okay, yeah. So that's easy enough. Hit Flanders, it's right on the coast. All I have to do is get rid of these French boats. Well, specifically, just these ones, right? And then I can do a raiding attack here in Flanders. It's just a keep as well, so if I did want to sack it, I could just take that keep. And they have a bunch of buildings here as well, so that, I don't know, might be worth it just to burn down their shit. Set them back a little bit. How is their French king doing influence-wise? Like, how is this going to hurt him? This is going to hurt him. Yeah, that's going to hurt him for sure. And then the German emperor, I believe, he is sitting at, yeah, 4 influence, so the same as the French king. So this should hurt him as well. I can't remember, though. Where did his crusade come from? Gosh, I can't... I know they have a few chapter houses, though. One here in Burgundy, and... one in Swabia. So Swabia, and then one in Friesland. So I can hit the French in Flanders, and simultaneously I could also be hitting the Germans here in Provence, and then sweeping up to Burgundy, and sweeping up through Swabia. Just to like double check and, you know, cover my bases, essentially. So they have nothing here, they have nothing here. Friesland. So it's just going to be Burgundy, Swabia, then Franconia, and then Friesland. Okay, yeah, that'll be good. What buildings do they have? They have a couple castles, so no citadels yet for the Germans is what I'm seeing. And the French, castles and keeps, it seems like, in a fort. So yeah, they haven't reached citadels yet. Okay. All right, so that should be fine. And again, the nice thing about the chapter house is that you do not have to sack the castles if you don't want to. I might do it though, just to get some fights in, you know? I don't know. It's just a lot of times when you do these raiding parties, you bring in a force and then the enemy just retreats and they don't want to fight you. Considering that the French forces are going to be like too far away to stop me from taking Flanders. And same with the Germans. The German forces are here on my border, so they won't be able to stop me from taking these provinces. So just to get some action in, I might actually just attack these castles, bring enough siege equipment, and it should be fine. Yeah, why not? You know, I have enough forces. I can at least spare 3 stacks from Georgia for one of those raiding parties, and I can probably spare 3 more from my western frontier. Just to be safe, you know, because I don't want to severely weaken Georgia. I want to, again, keep the rebel Khazars at peace so I can continue to trade with the rebels. My force that is now set to raid Germany is ready to go, and I think I will be invading on this turn just because there are no German boats in the water to impede my attack, so I can go into Provence right away. I may as well bring my best general alive, right? I mean, he's, why waste him just hanging out in Georgia? Lord Monomachus, you are going to be attacking with, yeah, I've got infantry here, good cavalry, and then my skirmish units. And that should suffice. Yeah, I will be bringing some artillery as well, of course. So you guys go. You go, and then you go. And then I do have my mangonels. This is the best artillery that I have right now, so you guys can go in as well, because I will be going up against castles if I do want to attack these, you know, these provinces. As I was saying before, I'll see. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering getting some fights in here. So yeah, I can siege out some castles. So you guys can do that, and this should still be plenty to dissuade the rebels from attacking me here in Khazar. Now my force that's going to be raiding Flanders will probably, well, they will have to wait at least a turn. Probably 2 turns. I don't intend on attacking this French fleet in this turn because I do not outnumber them. I don't think I really have the power to defeat them, possibly. So we're going to wait for this fire galley to become a factor. Now, of course, this could just mean that this French fleet retreats, and that will force me to chase them, obviously. So we will see. This might take a few turns before this resolves, and I'm able to take Flanders. There's so many, man, it's really bizarre to me that I didn't notice before that the Byzantines don't have deep water boats. That's such a disadvantage. It really is, because all it takes is one enemy boat blocking your coastal regions anywhere along the chain, and you can't do anything. You can't trade, you can't attack. It's a huge disadvantage. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. It's really, really something. So this could go on for a while. We will see. That's 3 boats is, you know, you kind of need a little stack to defeat that. So I will be trying to defeat these French boats, though, as well, to clear up some more resources. So we will see how this goes. The good news is it's just Flanders. It's just on this port. So I just need to, you know, even if this boat retreats in this direction, then I'll be clear to go. If it retreats in this direction, then it could be a while. But yeah, I will go into Germany first, just because, you know, I have a few provinces to get to before I get to, well, whatever province created this crusade, whether it was Burgundy or Swabia or Friesland. I can't remember, but yeah, I don't mind going in first into Germany. So that should be fine. I think everything else is all set up and ready to go. Yeah, losing almost 9,000 florins, that does not feel good. It does not feel good, but I do have the artillery to take Flanders if I want to. I can just bring some trebuchets as well. As to be expected, the Germans have retreated from Provence. And yeah, this is now mine. All right. And I lost a boat here I lost both my boats in the Irish Sea. God damn, that sucks. I was able to sink the French boat in Skagerrak. Oh, okay, so they attacked me, and this ended up working out for me in the English Channel. They lost their entire 3-ship fleet, and then I lost 2 boats in return. So, damn, I lost 2 boats in the Straits of Gibraltar, but I did sink their 1. Okay. Yeah, that's a few losses. That's a few losses, but I think I achieved my goal. I think I can attack Flanders now. Poland, the king has died. His heir has taken over, and same with the Almohad Khalifa. And one of my generals has died. And let's see, no lords. Doesn't seem like. Okay, no lords, no kings. That's fine. No lords, no kings. So do I want to attack Provence? Like, it's just a fort. There's not much here for me to really sack. I would just be attacking it to destabilize it, essentially. Maybe giving the Italians some more breathing room. That's not a bad idea, but I don't want to invite war with the Italians, but then again... Yeah, we're not allies with anyone. I think they very well could... Oh, God, that would suck. If we have to lose another trading partner, that would be difficult to deal with. But at this point, it's a little bit inevitable. You know, I've already taken the province. So if the Italians move in, well, all right. That's how that works. So maybe it's worth fighting this just to, like, clear it out, you know? Like, get rid of it. Get rid of these troops. Get rid of these buildings. And if the Italians want to take it, they can. If the French want to swoop in, they can. I mean, that wouldn't be great. That would not be great if the French did that. But then again, maybe that weakens Toulouse, so that the Spanish want to do something. You know, who knows? We're kind of shaking things up here. So why not actually fight this? You know, why not actually just go in and take a fort and destroy a fort? So we can do that. And yeah, I think we can attack Flanders now. How's income? So we are back up to making 9,000, even without the French ports, you know, trading with them. That feels pretty good. All right, so let's bring. I had these forces here. This 7-star general, Lord Orphanatrophus. He can move up and attack Flanders right away. And then his forces are going to be a bit of mixed forces from everywhere. Spearmen can move up here, and then I have some... I had some more forces. I think I was going to bring this group as well, and then these arbalesters. And then I can bring... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I know it's overkill, but the thing is, you never know when you're doing this type of stuff, because, you know, all it takes is for this French boat to move down into the English Channel, and then all of a sudden I'm blockaded again. So you don't want to go in with not enough stuff to survive. You know, you don't want this to be a sacrifice. You want to win, right? So that's going to be the key there. I would like to bring some boats up to the Irish Sea to kill that boat. What do I have? I can bring some stuff up for sure. So like you and you can be brought up, and you guys bring up. And then from here, y'all can move up and there. So then, can these forces take on this force? We'll try. We'll do that, and yeah, we'll try. We'll try to get rid of that French boat because it's going to be a nuisance otherwise. And as to be expected, the French have retreated from Flanders, and that's, oh my god, I just pillaged 14. So they retreated entirely from Flanders. Like, they didn't even leave anyone in the garrison. So I just destroyed a bunch of their shit, and I pillaged 1,400 florins. So that is also going to be including that chapter house, just like that. So here we are in, this is the little fort assault here in Provence, and yeah, they have 2 units of mounted crossbows, 1 unit of catapult, and 1 unit of archers. So they're gonna do some damage with their archer fire for sure. But I have a lot of artillery, and that can do a lot of damage itself. Talk about overkill. I have 5 mangonels that are just gonna go bombs away on this little fort. And I hope I place them close enough to the fort so that they can even potentially bomb the units inside. It'd be kind of fun if I could just get this over with without even having to attack the fort itself and just take 0 casualties. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I don't know. Let's see how it's looking in here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit the units inside. I didn't want to bring them so close. It looks like one of my units actually is taking arrow fire from the... Yeah. Now, I'm wondering about this, actually, because it looks like the machine itself might be able to shield a lot of the crew from the arrow fire itself, but then they've lost 1 man, at least, to arrow fire from the tower. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to gauge that without, I guess, a lot of experience, but yeah, these mangonels are just gonna do that's it for the gate. But I want a bigger hole than this. I don't want to go into that puny gate. Can I get any units inside? No, I can't hit the units inside. That's too bad. That's too bad. I was hoping... What about you? Since you're... Yeah, you can hit these archers. Yes. Hit those archers. And then I'll bring these guys in. Let's do... Actually... I have Pavis Arblasters. You can go first. And then Trebizond Archers can go up after that. And then... So the enemy general's killed by a mangonel. Wow. Okay. Awesome. Sweet. I kind of wish that I'd seen that. So let's make sure. I'd like to see if you guys can also... So you're still shooting at the wall, okay. And you're still shooting at the wall as well, okay. That's cool, but this mangonel can keep shooting at these mounted crossbows. Yeah, totally do that. Totally do that. Now we can also start moving in on our right side as well. So let's move up my Pavis Arblasters because they do have those big shields that can shield the rest of my men from fire, and then Trebizond Archers behind them so that they can arc their shots over the heads of the Arblasters in front of them. And then spears can go, and then some swords as well, just as backup. And can you shoot anything inside? I don't think so. I think the units are too far away, and then you as well. I think, yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. Oh well. So I think, are we shooting at this? No, they're shooting at us. Okay, that's not what I want. So get a bit closer so that my archers can fire. maybe start bringing around spears and swords around the flank so that we can probably go in through this way. And then, yeah, we might do the same thing on this side. Let's bring up, I have a few more units as well as backup. I can bring up some more Bulgarian brigands and even some Byzantine cav. And the Byzantine cav can actually just like charge in there too, because they can beat mounted crossbows in melee combat. They can beat the archers in combat as well. So let's see, this mangonel, yeah, they can still keep shooting these mounted crossbows. And now my archers and arbalesters are able to shoot at these mounted crossbows. They should be able to mow them down in short order. Then I can bring in spears and swords on this side. Actually, I can keep spears here just in case these horses want to charge my archers. And then, yeah, swords can move up here. And then on this side, yeah, archers are shooting down into my units. Looks like I am not quite in range, so let's bring these guys up here. Here, and then, yeah, same thing. Spears can go this way, and then swords can come up here. And Byzantine cav, are you able to shoot anything yet? Not quite, yes. Let's move you guys up. And then Bulgarian brigands, you guys can be moved up as well. How are we doing? Mowing down mounted crossbows? Yeah, doing pretty well here. Doing pretty well. So let's just bring in the swords. And they can go in. Spears can go in as well. And then arbalesters, Trebizond archers just follow up. You guys are shooting. Actually, just charge in. Yeah, why not? Just go in. And then spears can get ready to fight crossbows. And then swords can get ready to fight archers. That's totally fine as well. And yeah, Bulgarian brigands, they can fight anything that's in here in melee. So you guys can go on in. And then spears go in, fight crossbows. Swords go and help out. You guys don't just... I want you shooting into the backs of my men, so you guys chill out. And then Trebizond archers, you can help out as well. Yeah, spears versus cav, that's not going to go well for them. Swords, you can come in here and help out against the mounted crossbows, and spears help out against the mounted crossbows as well. And, oh yeah, just in case, I did forget to turn you guys off fire at will. Well, just okay, let's turn that off. Yep, I think I just bombed my own men. I think I just clicked that on when it was actually off already. Yikes. And my guys are absolutely cutting down this garrison. Making short work of them. And yeah, Bulgarian brigands can come around. We can get rid of this catapult crew that's kind of guarding their equipment. Not really doing too much. And yeah, this is going to be wrapping up this battle. And that's going to do it. So, how many men did I lose? 50 men. Okay. And I killed 150. That's okay. I think it's worth it. I mean, again, it's not really about the money. I only got 675 florins. And let's see. Catching enemy assassins. That's cool. Farmland improved. Awesome. A few of those put in. Yeah, good stuff. Admiralty completed here in Constantinople. That's going to give me another title that I can give to one of my generals. And yeah, more improved farmland. There we go. All right. And let's see, any more? I'm looking for lords and family members, and I'm not seeing anything like that. What is Admiralty going to do? It's going to give 2 command stars and 1 loyalty. Okay, so that's going to be worth looking into in a moment. And yeah, now Provence is just completely empty, and I don't intend on keeping it at all. So we can just destroy that, and we can destroy that. Just leave it as a complete wasteland. Come in here to Burgundy and destroy this chapter house here. We will see. They actually do have 2 stacks here, but it's a lot of peasants, and I kind of doubt that they will stay and defend this. But they really should if they want to defend their chapter houses. And yeah, now Flanders is just done, like taken care of, just like that. No fight, no nothing. Let's see. The French king. How's he doing? 2 influence. And is there any issues so far? It doesn't seem like there's any civil wars yet that the French are dealing with. I wonder if I need to press this and, you know, attack them more. Should I? It would be nice to shake things up and, you know, get the Spanish or the Italians involved in here. But I don't want to shake things up too much. I do want to maintain parity. I don't want to just get rid of the French and have another faction take their place as the strongest faction. I like to maintain things as they are, so it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Well, I can't do anything for now. I can't go back home yet because I do have a French boat that is blocking my path here. Now, I don't know, let's see. Speed of only 2 for my galleys, and I don't have a Dromon in the English Channel. And that's a 2-star bark, and I have a 2-star... Well, both of my boats are speed 2, so there's no point in splitting this fleet up. So I can just try to attack this and see what happens. If it retreats to another sea region, I should be able to beat it if it goes to the North Sea. And possibly the Irish Sea as well. I do not think I will be assigning this title quite yet, just because I'm looking at who would I want to give 2 stars to, and I think I want to wait for one of my current family members to no longer be in the succession line. That way I can grant him titles. It's kind of weird that you can't grant titles to people in your family. It's kind of a weird thing. Including like governorships. It's so bizarre. So yeah, like I can't give it to him. He's a 4-star general, but I can't grant him a title. And I could give it to this guy. This is the guy that was like back in the day, he wasn't very loyal, and I sent him on a few missions to Sicily, and he like did okay. He's a 4-star general, which is fine. His loyalty is like okay now, which is good. So the blackmailer thing isn't really an issue anymore. Charismatic leader, +3 morale. Good runner, -3 morale. So, you know, that kind of cancels itself out. It is kind of tempting to give it to him, though. Just be a 6-star general, which just be good. You know, 6 stars is good. Yeah, maybe I should give it to him. Be nice, though, if you didn't have the good runner trait, but there's no other real, like, this guy, he's family, and let's see, this guy already has a title. He's the Chancellor of the Palace, which is giving command, acumen, loyalty, command, and acumen. Okay, yeah. Then down there, here, I have a 3-star general, but I like making my generals my cataphracts. I have him as my general down here just because he's in a Byzantine Lancer unit, and those are better suited for desert warfare. That's kind of the only reason why I did that. And, oh, he's facing off against a 4-star general in Muhammad ibn Bulagan. This is a historical guy, isn't it? I think, maybe? Gosh, I should know that. I should know. Maybe I will give it to my guy up in Bulgaria. You know, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. Alex Provenciani. Yeah, let's make you, there we go, 6-star jump. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That's gonna be it for this turn. So let's end this. Let's save this, and yeah, let's see. Let's see about I doubt they're gonna fight me in Burgundy, but we'll find out. Ooh, the French think they want to attack me in Flanders. Yeah, that's not gonna work out too well, I don't think. I'm killing papal emissaries with my assassins. Good stuff. And yeah, the French. Come on, guys. What do you think's gonna happen? Come on. And yeah, the Germans are retreating from Burgundy as well. Jeez, that is not a good move. That's not a good move. So, yeah, a little tiny little loyalist rebellion party for the Germans is taking Provence. That's fine with me. They can take back Provence. Totally fine. And I'm the richest. Okay, that's interesting. And yeah, still catching German assassins. And Polish assassins apparently as well. Yeah. Prince Michael, secret bad temper. Okay, so +1 dread and +2 valor. Yeah, it's funny. Like you think that's a bad thing. He cannot control his temper. More than once, a minor argument has ended with a red mist descending and his opponent lying on the floor in a pool of blood. So far, such incidents have been hushed up. So I'm assuming this is one of those things that gets worse once it's found out, right? That would be my guess. But as is, it's only a good thing. +1 dread and +2 valor, those are only good things. And I'm not seeing any lords or any other princes, so that's fine. Yeah, so this castle, this is going to take 2 turns for this garrison to starve out, but you know what would be cooler? Actually attacking this. I mean, it's not, let's see. They have some Pavese crossbows, they have 3 units of archer, two units of archers, this unit's pretty damaged. Then they have 2 more units of regular crossbows, so that's a bit of ranged. That is a bit of ranged. What do they have for melee? They have some feudal men-at-arms, that's a decent unit. Some militia sergeants, another decent unit. Royal knights, yeah, those are good. There's a bit of stuff in here that to chew through for sure. But it might be fun to do. Like I reckon I can accomplish this and still have enough power to go into Swabia. In fact, let's see, did that get rid of the the German crusade? Yes. So that was a Burgundy crusade. So yeah, the Germans are now down to 1 influence for the emperor. Yeah, wow. So it's going to be interesting to see if that causes issues. It looks like the French are not having issues so far, despite the fact that their king is down to 2 influence. So that might... I will consider pressing in more from Flanders to make things worse for the French. I will consider it. But it is a balancing act. You know, I don't want to do so much that they just cease to exist. Just want to hurt them a little bit, teach them a lesson, and get a ceasefire so I can go back to trading with them. And same with the Germans. I think, though, that I will have enough strength to take this castle. There's a few buildings here in Burgundy that I can sack, and then I can move on to Swabia, and then Franconia and Friesland, just to continue to teach the Germans a lesson here. But in any case, that is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Concept playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.